Hello. Okay, I found a game. I am playing a bit of a lower rated opponent, and we're playing e4, e5. I've been looking at this briefly, bringing the knight to c3. And let me think. This brings his knight to f6. I think you just go g3 here. Probably bishop c5 next by my opponent. No, he goes to b4. Okay. So I think I just continue with my plan. Bishop g2. And if he takes on c3, I can capture back. Knight c6. Maybe wanting to strike to the center. I have to develop my final knight. And in this setup, white is trying to go h3, castles, king, king h2, f4, that sort of thing. It looks like my opponent's fianchettoing his bishop, which makes sense. So I'll go ahead and castle. He brings the bishop out here, which is interesting. Pinning this knight. I think the obvious reply is to unpin it with d3, so that's what I'm going to play. Castle's king. Now I have to decide, do I want to develop the bishop? Or do I want to continue with my plan? Actually I see a little trap. If I play a3, and the bishop comes to this natural c5 square, b4, bishop moves, I would have b5 there, winning a piece. So I'm going to see if he plays it, and if he gives me the bishop pair, I'll be happy. Okay, so he has to retreat to an awkward square. This seems to play against this f4 break. So how do I want to respond? Do I want to pin here first? I think I want to still play h3 and king h2. So it brings the bishop back. I'm really trying to make something work on the queen here. Not quite seeing it yet. I don't think king h2 makes much sense yet. So I think I'll just bring the bishop out to e3. It brings the pawn forward. And now I can start looking at moves like d4. d4 takes, knight takes, knight takes, queen or bishop captures. Both look sensible. If he doesn't take, it seems like pushing. Okay, so he takes, plays rather fast. Recapture with the knight. And now I think bishop recaptures. He will then perhaps bring a rook to e8, and I can follow with a rook to e1. Note the pawn on e4 will be defended thrice and attacked thrice. I will also be prepping this e4 push, so that all looks good. Taking with the queen seems to walk into some bishop c5 stuff, so I will take like this. Now on rook e1, does he have c5 there? c5, and the idea is after the bishop moves, he's removed a defender by blocking the rook. That does seem like an option. I cannot push the pawn tactically yet. Or can I? Pushes, takes here, takes. No, it doesn't seem to work. So maybe a move like queen d3. It's not completely outrageous. And then followed by rook e1. He'll probably go for some sort of h4 now. Or h5 rather, a5. So he goes for this c4 move. I nearly have bishop captures, but not quite. So I will be opening an attack on this bishop on d6 once I drop back to e3. So I'll go ahead and do that. Curious if he's going to plant the bishop on e5 now. No, he drops back. This is still defended thrice. So now probably rook e1. Makes some sense. Seeing if anything else comes to mind. It doesn't. Next idea, probably rook d1. Put pressure on this pawn. Maybe put a bishop, excuse me, on g5. I also have the d5 square for my knight. So he defends his bishop on... Not sure why he does that. I guess he's trying to prep c4. Yeah, I guess his idea is c4 here. Okay, I see a slight tactical solution. I predict this. Capture here. Now knight d5 was my plan. Forking these two. If he gives me the bishop, I'm quite happy there. Even though I do lose b2 at the end. So maybe I need to rethink this. Or do I simply play e5, tempo on the queen, and then grab a free bishop? That probably seems a smart thing to do. So yeah, this wasn't quite planned, but it does work out quite well. So you can see the tension between the bishops, and then the attack on the queen. It's a diversion. So you can capture either way the e5 pawn. And so he captures with the bishop. Now I'm just briefly checking for any extra tactics. I'm not seeing them right away, so I'm going to take. He moves his rook here. Now f5, is that an idea? Probably not. And I think because bishop d4 would start causing me some issues. So I don't necessarily want any more complications, so I'm just going to bring my bishop back to g2. He'll maybe think about... Okay, so he's offering a trade of rooks. He's hitting this pawn. That should be also noted. It's probably just queen here, offering a trade. So queen f3 it is. He can take on c3, but I think I'll just capture with my queen. There's a variety of exchanges, all of which favor me because I'm up the piece, so he wisely refuses trades. Now I think now I'm going to plant my knight on e4 and then play c3 to attack this bishop. which I think will only have one comfortable square. I'm going to play a bit quicker now because the time situation is becoming a bit of a negative. Now there is no tactic here that I see. A bit of a pity. So I will bring the final rook over. He can play e5, and I'll just drop back, d5. I'll drop back to d2. So it brings this forward. We'll bring the knight up. Interesting. Starting to win the knight or the bishop first and foremost. I predict it drops back here. Now I can probably go for some mass exchanges with, I was thinking queen c6. Attacking the rook. He does have queen here or here. Yeah, so this, at the very least, I can take here. Come here. It's a bit of preference, really. I'm going to take here first. Queen here. Queen here doesn't actually lose a piece because I'm on the rook. But it was a good try. So he comes up for an attack here. I'll bring the queen up. Brings his queen back. And I will take here, I think, defending. Captures here. I've got 1 minute. Hit the rook. I think everything's covered here. Is a bit weak on. I have to go for some tactics. Take here. Going for some very suspicious tactical play. So my plan was bishop here. He cannot take on f7 because it would come with the check as the king is opposite. And this is sort of a big threat now. Okay, my opponent resigns. Offers a rematch. It was a fun one. I didn't handle the clock situation very well. Let's see what the computer has to say. So far, so good. 99% accuracy. 97. It'll drop. I have a blunder. Quite a big blunder, apparently. Okay, 88% accuracy, 2 inaccuracies, 1 blunder. My opponent had quite a bit more. Seemed everything was going okay. This bishop d6 was a bit odd. I had a very good position then at this point. It did not like h3 so much. It wanted the immediate f4. I thought this was counterintuitive because then it would invite this. Apparently after king h1, I have this threat again. And it's suggesting to counter it with tactical defenses. c5. Okay, so I did have a tactic here. So takes, what is it? Pushes, takes. It's actually the same tactic I found just a few moves later. And I win the bishop here. Okay. So c5, bishop back, bishop back. Rook e1, rook c8, bishop here, h6, and yeah, that fell for it. e5 just kind of crashing through, and I really felt like he did a good job keeping the game interesting, and it was mainly because of how fast he was playing. I was proud I found this move, and then this tactic was also very pretty. At first it looks like this might work because it opens up a discovery on the bishop, but this comes with check. And then, yeah, it's announcing mate. So, yeah, that was a fun one. All right, thank you for watching.